All right, this video is about the code function in Google Sheets. And what this function does is that you point it at a symbol and it returns the decimal Unicode value of the first character in the string. I'm going to show you an example here, but first, I'm Adam Steinfurth. This is sheetshelp.com, where you can learn everything you need to know about Google Sheets. Well, let's get back to it. So we're going to use the code function here, and we will point it at this upwards facing arrow symbol in A7. So we will point it to that, and this function returns 8593. So let's come over and look at what Unicode really means. There's the official website, which is pretty technical. I frankly wouldn't use this unless you're a programmer. But let's go over just to a Wikipedia page about these things. So these are Unicode symbols, and most of these are symbols that just aren't on your keyboard, but they can be used in a computer, right? So let's go back and see what number we had. We had 8593, which is an upward facing arrow. And you're going to learn one more thing about these codes. So let's find the upwards arrow. Usually they are given in the hex code. So it's not 2191. That is right, but it's not the decimal code that this function returns. So 2191 will come over here. This is saying 8593. So we can do one more thing. If you want to see the hex code for this, you can start out with des to hex, which is going to convert the decimal code to a hex code, then point it there. In this case, we'll do it just in its own cell. And the hex code is 2191. So that's the bridge between the upward facing arrow and the code that you will normally see on reference websites for these symbols. Hopefully I didn't make that too confusing. Just remember that code outputs decimal code. If you need it in hex, use des to hex. Okay, so you can also get more creative with the code function. And in this example, we're going to use it to determine if a letter is uppercase or lowercase. So let's copy it from our completed sheet. There'll be a link to this in the description. We'll come over, we'll paste this, and we'll talk about it. And so this is looking at the H, and it's saying, hey, if that resultant decimal code is greater than 64 or less than 91, that means it's uppercase. If not, it's false. This is due to the way that Unicode works. So I will show you that. So here's a list of Unicode characters, and if you scroll down to see just where the normal Latin, normal to me, maybe not to you, but where the Latin characters are, they start at 65, but these are uppercase. And if you go down, they go all the way through 90, right? So let's go back to the code. Greater than 64, less than 91. So we'll hit enter. So that H is saying that's not uppercase, but if I do uppercase K, true, it is uppercase. All right, and if you want a graphical interface to work with these Unicode characters, you can look into the Insert Special Characters add-on. It's a paid app, and you can search for these symbols and insert them like this. So if you look in A13, there's that smiley face. Now this next video will show you the char function, which is kind of the opposite of the code function. It goes backwards. Learn more about it in this video. Thanks for watching.